Hey all, welcome back to SLB Basement Bourbon Bar. My name is Kurt. Tonight we have an immensely anticipated show. We are going to go over our top 5 bourbons of 2021. Now, if you remember, we've already reviewed our top 5 whiskeys of 2021 and our top 5 scotch of 2021. I'm sure Trenton will put a link up there somewhere for those videos if you haven't seen those yet. But tonight, we saved this for last, our top 5 bourbons of 2021. Now, we went about this in a big and a different way because we really wanted to be solid in our choices and our picks. So it wasn't just myself, Trenton, and Michelle that were tasting to get ready for this show. That's usually what it is. But I also invited my brother Kent, who actually is the one that's responsible for starting me into the whole whiskey and bourbon thing. And I also invited over my good friend Justin, who is another whiskey aficionado. And we together tasted, I don't know, Trenton, what, 15, 20 bottles? I don't know, a lot. We tasted a lot of bourbon that night. And we actually had separate notepads and a scoring way that we went about our scoring for each individual bourbon, and we discussed it at the end. And with the scoring, it came down to the 5 that I'm going to show you tonight. Going to be lots of fun. Hey, I want to start though, if I can, with a special mention. This one came so close to getting into the top 5, but I wanted to put it out there as a special mention for one reason. Cooper's Craft. 100 proof. I wanted to bring it out here because this is only like a $30 bottle, and this is so good. It's got a really nice mouthfeel. It's got some brown sugar in there and things like that, but it's got a really nice barrel char to it too, probably because of their unique barreling process that's heavily charred barrels and the chiseling that they do in the barrels. But for $30, Cooper's Craft 100, I have to bring it out here as a special mention because it came that close from hitting the top 5 bourbons of 2021. All right, I'll put that away. Okay, here's how we're going to go about it tonight. I'm going to bring out bottles from our 5th favorite all the way out to our number 1 favorite in SLB 2021. Our 5th favorite bottle, Bardstown Discovery Series number 6. This particular Bardstown Discovery Series cost me about $125 and it comes in at 111 proof. This is the 6th installment of a series that blends old and rare whiskeys. This is a bottling with 3 different whiskeys, including a 68% of an 11-year-old Kentucky bourbon, 16% of a 17-year-old Tennessee whiskey, and 16% of a 7-year-old Indiana bourbon. What we all loved about this, and as you know, I'm kind of a Bardstown fan. You know, I like a lot of their stuff. They're a premium whiskey blender in my personal humble opinion. But it's a real full-bodied whiskey, and it comes in with a little bit of a strawberry note, and then it comes in with, after that, a little bit of a brown sugar. And it finishes off with just a really nice, beautiful oak presence. That's our 5th bottle. 5th favorite bottle, 2021. Next in line, I was so happy with this bottle. Booker's 2021. This is their 3rd release. The Bardstown batch. The Bardstown batch cost me about $90 and comes in at 125.5 proof. This is a Jim Beam release that has been aged for 6 years and 5 months and is bottled uncut and unfiltered. What I really loved, and so did everybody else, what we loved about this particular Booker's, it's just unique to any other Booker's. And I do have a decent number of Booker's releases, but this particular bottle comes in with like a beautiful, bright, ripe red apple right off the start. And then it follows suit with a little bit of vanilla, cinnamon, and then some of the barrel char that you usually get, you know, with the Booker's. But that fruity note with that ripe red apple is just astonishing. It's just a beautiful What a beautiful, beautiful pour. That's our number 4 bottle. Moving right on down the line, our number 3, Old Fitzgerald Bottled in Bond. This bottle cost me about $125, and of course it's bottled in bond, so it is 100 proof. This is an 11-year wheated bourbon from Heaven Hill, and it is the 8th release in the Bottled in Bond decanter series, which began in the spring of 2018. Trenton he was lucky enough to pick up this bottle. This is the fall release for Old Fitzgerald Bottled in Bond in the decanter series. And it's just wonderful. It's just a wonderful whiskey. It really is. It's got a real nice mouthfeel to it. It has some cinnamon in there, a little bit of vanilla coming through there. But what's unique about this too is it gets, after that, to me, it gets into a little bit of a fruity tone to it. Maybe an apricot or even like a baked apple in there. And it just was a real beautiful progression. Just a wonderful pour. All right, moving on down the line. Number 2, another Trenton special here. 2021 Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. This birthday bourbon costs us about 120 bucks, and it comes in at 104 proof. This particular bottle is released every year on September 2nd in order to celebrate the birthday of Old Forester founder George Gavin Brown. This is a 12-year bourbon. This was such a beautiful pour. When Trenton brought this down here, this was like amazing. He surprised me with this thing. It just, man, what a great bottle it was. It starts out with some not heavy, I don't want to say heavy. It starts out with more of a, Trenton, like a lighter toffee and a caramel, like a brown sugar note to it. But then it moves into a little bit of a sweet, fruity note with like a little bit of a berry to it or something like that. It's got a little bit of a tropical vibe. But what I liked about it is it starts out with the caramel type toffee notes, and then it moves on to this little bit of a tropical berry type vibe. Again, just like I spoke of the Old Fitzgerald, it has a real nice progression to the pour. What can I say? It's birthday bourbon. It was just a beautiful, beautiful bourbon. All right, last but not least, this is our number 1, our favorite bourbon of 2021 down here at SLB Basement Bourbon Bar. And this choice, it might surprise some of you. Maker's Mark 2021 FAE 02. This bottle costs us about 75 bucks, and it comes in at 109 proof. This expression is the 2nd in the distillery's Stave Finished Bourbon series for 2021. It is made by finishing fully matured cask strength Maker's Mark in secondary barrels fitted with the proprietary French oak staves. The barrels are then stored in Maker's Mark limestone cellar for additional aging. What can I say? This particular bottle, to me and to those that were here doing all the tasting, it's extremely viscous. It's such a beautiful, creamy mouthfeel. It comes in with some milk chocolate, and then it follows through with some caramel and then some vanilla. But now here's the note for me. This is the winner for me. Not only has a beautiful mouthfeel, you get some milk chocolate, caramel, vanilla, but the note that I love more than anything else, it reminded me so much of like a chocolate covered cherry. You know those little chocolate covered cherries you get at Christmas time that you eat? I love that about that. That chocolate covered cherry was on the back end, a little bit into the finish. Wow. I just thought it was a beautiful, beautiful pour. So for 2021, our favorite bourbon, Maker's Mark 2021 FAE 02. Hey, that's all we have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Boy, we appreciate each and every one of you, and all of us here down at SLB Basement Bourbon Bar, including myself, Trenton Davis, Michelle, and my lovely wife Rebecca, wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time right down here with me in a good old Basement Bourbon Bar. See you later.